Once my friend booked an apartment in Athens. Beautiful photos, great reviews. But in the morning, he couldn't get out of the building. Someone was sleeping right by the door. Online booking is like a blind date. The picture on the internet and reality are often very different things. Booking.com won't tell you about this, but I will. In this video, we'll unmask 2 apartments. They're located in one of the most controversial neighborhoods in Athens. One costs 218 euros per night. The other is 165 euros. One of them is simple. The other has designer renovations. I've called them treasure and mystery. Try to guess which is which. At the end of the video, I'll reveal the intrigue. Subscribe, let's go. I was looking for accommodation for a group of 4 people. The budget was up to 250 euros per night. The main requirements? City center and close to the metro. Both apartments fit the bill. They are located right by the Athenian Trilogy. That's the academy, the university, and the National Library. The very heart of the city, just 1 metro stop away. The first apartment is located on a street near Panepistimiou Avenue. Yes, there's a lot of graffiti around. The place looks a bit worn. At first it can be intimidating. But don't rush to judge. It's a lively and safe neighborhood. There are cozy bookstores here, small cafes, and crowds of local cats. And as for safety, there's really nothing to worry about. Right across the street from the house is the office of a parliamentary party. The police are on duty here around the clock. It's free security for your stay. Thank you, Greek democracy. And here is our building. We go in and immediately there's the first quest. Right by the door, there's only one key in the box outside. That's the key to the entrance. The key to the apartment itself is hidden inside, in another box. The owner sent a whole set of instructions. We open it and go in. We need the first floor. Attention, Americans. For you, that's the second floor in Europe. The numbering is a bit different here. We're taking the elevator. Here's a purely Athenian detail for you. See this button? It says Imioropos. That's the half floor or mezzanine. In old Athenian buildings, this is the norm. But we don't need it, we're going higher. And here is our floor. And here's the second box. Remember 2 important life hacks. First, it's dark on the landing. You can't see the numbers on the box. Turn on your phone's flashlight right away. I would advise the owner to install a motion sensor to turn on the lamp above the door. Second, when you go for a ride in the elevator, press the button and Isogion. This is the ground floor exit to the street. The code on the second box is the same as on the first one. We open it from inside. And here is the reward for the first quest. On the table inside, we find another set of keys for the second guest. A nice little touch. We immediately entered the common area. The apartment is bright and clean. It smells fresh. There is no strong chemical odor. This means the owner isn't trying to cover up any problems with mold. There simply aren't any. Another thoughtful detail. All the main switches are passed through. You turn on the light at the apartment entrance and turn it off at the bedroom entrance. No need to walk around in the dark. It's a small thing, but convenient. A minor downside that caught my attention was the different color of the lights. Everywhere else it's warm, but above the dining area, it's a cold bluish light. It feels more suitable for an office than for dinner. It feels like an oversight. Let's continue the tour. Where to first? Sometimes after a long journey through traffic jams, you need to go straight to the bathroom. Hint, it's behind this door, which looks like a closet, but we'll check it out later. For now, let's go to the first bedroom and leave the suitcase there. It's a cute, cozy space. The room is small, but bright. The light-colored furniture helps with that too. There's a separate air conditioner and a mirrored area with lighting. A nice touch for those who are getting ready to go out somewhere in the evening. A large and comfortable bed, a wardrobe for clothes, and an air conditioner. Behind the headboard, there's a wooden panel. It's a small detail, but it makes the bedroom warmer and cozier than just a bare wall. And here are a few little things for which the hosts deserve a thank you. A luggage stand, a familiar hotel feature, but in apartments, it's rarely found. But you don't have to put your suitcase on the bed or on the floor. Bedside lighting, separate directional lamps, shine on your book, not in your eyes. It's convenient if one of you is already asleep, while the other is reading. On each side of the bed, there is a duplicate main light switch. You don't have to get up to turn all this off. These are thoughtful little details. But instead of a nightstand, there are stools. How come? That's a miss. You can only put one thing on such a stool. A phone, a book, or a glass of water. But your glasses charger or a second phone end up on the floor. And again, it's that same feeling. Everything seems well thought out, but the most important thing is missing. There's a big TV across from the bed. The bedroom has its own small balcony with a table and a couple of chairs. Sounds romantic. Imagine a warm Athenian evening. A glass of drinks, a view of the city, but the balcony faces the same street we entered the house from, and the evening might not be so romantic when cars are making noise below. And here, I would like to stand up for the apartment owner. I've read the reviews. Many people complain about the street noise. And yes, there is noise, but it's not the owner's fault. It's just the nature of the city center. The blinds on the windows block out the light perfectly, but unfortunately they don't block the sound. And along the streets of the city center, trucks and scooters drive by, as well as certain individuals on motorcycles without mufflers. No soundproofing can save you from that, not in this apartment, nor in any other in the city center. If you want to live right in the heart of Athens, next to the Acropolis, with tavernas, with life, you'll have to accept this soundtrack as well. This is a deal you make consciously. The second bedroom, to be honest, I liked less. It also has a large bed, a stand for a suitcase, directed bedside lighting, pass-through switches, air conditioning, but on one of the bedside stools, there's another lamp. Why? You can only put your phone there anyway. A workspace with a mirror and lighting from above. Alright, you can't really do your makeup there anyway. Sitting in front of it, you'll be looking at the TV. A small digression. In Athens, all the window blinds are blackout, so you can completely immerse yourself in sleep. Well, let's move on. Behind this door in the kitchen set, which at first I thought behind the cabinet, there's a shower room. I have to say, it's very well equipped. You can tell that the owner has taken care to ensure the comfort of guests who are staying for more than just a couple of days. It's the first time I've seen in an apartment for short-term rental a clothes dryer. The rest of the setup is also very convenient. The engineer made the most out of this small space. Let's move on to the living room. It is combined with the kitchen. It's a spacious rectangular room with a separate air conditioner, a large TV, and a lounge area in front of it. From the living room, there's an exit to another balcony and a second exit to the balcony of the first bedroom. The kitchen has an island and a dining area. An electric stove is installed on it. The kitchen is also equipped with a kettle and a coffee machine and a refrigerator. Overall, the apartment is not bad. It's a bit poorly thought out. I'll tell you the price at the end. For now, take a guess. Is it a treasure or a mystery? Write your guess in the comments. Now, let's move on to the next apartment. And while we're on our way, I'll tell you a bit about the location. The nearest metro station is Panepistimiou to the main attraction, the Acropolis of Athens. It's just 2 stops by metro. But you can also walk there on foot. Also nearby is the National Archaeological Museum, like a Betis Hill with its cafe, from the top of which you get a beautiful view of Athens and much more. All of this is described in detail by George in his travel guides. Check out our review at the link on the screen or directly. On Amazon, the link is in the description. Well, here we are. The street is covered in graffiti, but this is an echo of the area's turbulent anarchist past. Don't let that bother you. Everything is changing now. Small cafes, people out on the streets in the evenings, the scent of good perfume. I was here for work, literally just last week, late in the evening, and I was pleasantly surprised by this transformation. By the way, there's a parking lot across from the building. You can leave your own car or a rental without any problems. The key box is on a post by the entrance. No quest here. Both keys are inside. Let's go in. And right here, nostalgia for my childhood hits me. Marble floors, wooden doors, so much so that the air in the entryway smells like wood. It's a pity that nowadays all of this is being replaced by plastic. The staircase is bright and spacious. No mezzanine for us on the first floor. And here is our door. Let's enter the apartment. I like its layout. A wide hallway leads deep into the apartment, as if inviting you to the cozy kitchen at the end. I would add a motion sensor so that the light above the island turns on immediately as soon as a guest enters, and something welcoming would be left there by the owners. Owners, if you're watching this video, here's a free idea for you. The first impression is very pleasant. And here is the first bedroom, but we'll take a look at it later. There's a mirror by the entrance and nice little touches, a console table, a dish for small items, and a second set of keys. Don't forget, the apartment is designed for 4 guests. A useful detail, an umbrella in the corner. Thoughtful. Our reigns are short, but sudden. A few steps, and the space opens up. A cozy sofa with pillows and a niche with its own lighting, 2 armchairs, 2 black coffee tables, shelves with live plants. Let's go back and take a closer look at everything. But the first impression is very cozy, full-sized. The kitchen is fully equipped, very convenient if you're staying for a week or more. Eating out at restaurants every day gets old quickly. And the island, which also serves as a bar counter, 4 chairs. You can have breakfast here, you can work, or just sit with a cup of coffee. Let's move on. Here's the bathroom. All the fixtures are black matte metal. The shower has no tray, a glass partition, and a rain shower head. The washing machine is already built in, so you don't need to look for a laundromat, and the countertops. That's a story of its own. It looks like stone, but when you touch it, it's warm, pleasant to the touch, as if the material is alive. Details like these aren't visible in photos. You can only experience them in person. And at the end of our tour, the second bedroom. This apartment is for 2 people, 2 couples or a small group of friends. Let's take a closer look and critique everything. And let's start with the second bedroom, since we're already here. What stands out is the room is spacious, there's air conditioning, a TV, a wide bed with a comfortable mattress, a roomy wardrobe, its own balcony, warm colors, cozy materials. This bedspread brings back childhood memories. It just makes you want to lie down. It feels like we're at home. But now, the downsides. Friends, it's just a parking lot. You come in, lie down, turn on the TV and fall asleep. There's no stand for your suitcase, and next to the bed there's another stool, plus some massive lamps. You can charge your phone. But tablets, glasses and other small things can only go on the floor. Another thing, there's no mirror or workspace. If you need some privacy and want to answer emails in peace, only on the bed. To freshen up before going out, you can only do it in the bathroom or by the entrance. In short, this bedroom gets 3 out of 5. Sorry, but it needs some work. The kitchen has an island. I've already talked about its layout and what it's equipped with. Here are a few close-ups. I'll just say this. With a kitchen like this, I would live here. Everything is ergonomic, well thought out, 5 stars. The living room. Guys, this is beyond words. Let me tell you, as a workaholic who travels mostly for business in a foreign city, after a long day of meetings, negotiations, or museums, masterclasses, this is exactly the kind of place where you want to spend your evening. A delicious drink, a conversation with friends, discussing plans for tomorrow. A sofa in a niche with lighting, the finish, wood accents, 2 cozy armchairs. At first I was surprised that they're different, but then I realized it makes things visually interesting, and people are different too. Some people find one comfortable, others prefer the other. An unexpected but interesting solution. Friends, for me this living room is the thread to the heart. I really wanted to stay here. 5 out of 5. And I'll add that the living room and the first bedroom are connected by a shared balcony. The first bedroom, in terms of amenities, just like the second one, has cozy colors, pleasant textures, a shared balcony with the living room. But again, there's a stool by the bed and a huge lamp on one of them. However, the wardrobe here is made more compact, which freed up space for an area with a mirror. If only there was lighting like in the first apartment. And oh my god, my workaholic heart is rejoicing. A workspace desk chair lamp. That's it, I'm staying here. In summary, the apartment is definitely good. I hope the owners watch the video and do something about the far bedroom. My choice is this apartment. What about yours? Write in the comments which one you like more. And now what do you think? Which one is more expensive? In 5 seconds I'll reveal the intrigue. The first one, friends. Yes, the first apartment is 218 euros per night. And the second one, with that wonderful living room and kitchen, is 165 euros. But the choice is yours. All the links are in the description. Friends, for more about Athens from a practical perspective, check out this playlist. But if you've already explored everything and you're interested in a deep dive into the culture and art of Greece, be sure to watch this playlist from George. He reveals the hidden gems of our city and shows that Athens is not just the Acropolis,